everybody? Here we go. Crossing the Tennessee River. It's freaking springtime. March 30th, 2025. Very humid out. Rainy today. 67 degrees. I love it. It's too cold for the bugs, but warm enough for outdoor activity. It's too early now at 8:30 in the morning, but yesterday driving around, I did the same route, Atlanta to Indianapolis, and a lot of people out on boats, fishing, cruising around on the lakes up here and north of Chattanooga. So today's story is going to be my first month deadly or like traumatizing experiences driving a truck, and this one is going to be the Nashville. It's going to be called the Nashville Abandon the Highway situation. So I'm heading south. I had like 2 hours left on my 14-hour clock. It's like rush hour. I'm going through the central area of downtown Nashville on, I forget the name of the interstate, but it's not the bypass. It goes straight through the center of Nashville. Anyway, so there's an accident, there's traffic. Traffic is moving 5 miles per hour or slower. And this is going on to a dead stop finally for 2 hours. And I'm sitting here watching my 14-hour clock go down to 0. And so I'm a new truck driver being very scared, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be breaking the law. I have to pull over. I can't get off in downtown Nashville. I will die. And you know anything about trucks, it's like interstate's the best, state routes are the second best, city streets, and then you have living hell, which would be like an alleyway. So being a new guy, I'm like, I'm not getting off this highway. I'm not getting off this highway. I will wait till this traffic breaks. If it takes another 4 hours, I'm not getting off this highway. And I did not know there's a rule if it's like an emergency or safety issue or extenuating circumstances, you can drive after 14 hours until you get to a safe location. I did not know that existed. So here we are. It's now dark. We're stuck on the highway in the middle of Nashville. And up ahead, there's a sign that says all vehicles must exit the interstate. And I begin to crap my pants. Because I am like, what do you mean all vehicles have to exit the interstate? So what had happened, I guess there's an accident, somebody died on the highway, so they just closed the highway. The next exit is approaching, where they have now coned off the interstate and are forcing everyone off. It is just a massive heap of cars and tractor trailers getting to the right lane to get off a dual lane exit that takes you down onto the streets of Nashville. And it's like my nightmare come true. So I'm trying to look at the GPS, trying to find somewhere to go. While switching lanes, I end up going in front of another trucker to the right lane of the 2-lane exit and pissing him off, and he starts flashing his lights and honking at me. And I really didn't do anything. I kind of was like forced to move over to the right lane by the cars, and just, I don't know, I didn't cut him off. He just, I don't know, he didn't want me going in front of him. So that made my life even worse. My anxiety's through the roof. I see that there's a Walmart like a half mile off this exit. When you get off this exit, you can go right or you can go left. For some reason, every single 18-wheeler is going left, and I am now stuck in the right lane. And after pissing off that truck driver, I was like, I don't think I can even get back in the left lane. It's bumper to bumper, 1 mile an hour traffic as people are now on the off ramp. So I get even more nervous because I'm like, every truck is going left. The route I looked at going to the right, there were train tracks. I believe there is a trestle, not a trestle, a underpass. So I'm now thinking, I'm screwed. The truck can't go down to the right. I have no backup plan. There's no time to do anything. It's dark. I can't see crap. I commence the off-ramp procession right turn. I make the right turn. It's a dual lane city street, which is good. Gives me a little extra room. About 1,000 to 2,000 feet down this straightaway on the city street, I'm just looking for huge parking lots. Anywhere that I can soak up in my mind for emergency backup parking locations, because now I'm out of time. As I'm driving in the dark, there is I guess a homeless guy walking in the street. Like, it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone. I'm panicking, looking for places to park. I do not see a guy dressed in all black walking on the right side of my lane. The same lane I'm in kind of like right now, where the right front tire is. He's walking right there towards my truck. And so at the last minute I catch him, I slam on the brakes. It was only 30 miles an hour. And like, I didn't even hit the horn. I was in such shock. And he just steps back up on the curb. Like, he knew what he was doing. He was like suicidal. So that freaks me out even more. I'm like, this is dangerous. I gotta pull over. So I know I have to go a half mile up, make a left and then a right into Walmart. This Walmart is not, this is a non-truck Walmart. This is a no trucks Walmart. It's a city Walmart and small plot of land. Oh, nightmare begins. And I have no idea this is coming up. So I'm like, not too bad, going down the city straightaway. It's 2 lanes, heavy traffic. I gotta get in the left lane to make a turn up there. So I get in the left lane. Now you gotta remember, when you're looking at the Google Maps and stuff, it does not show terrain. This is now hills, weird turn-off curves. It's a double left turn where there's a left turn, and then 100 feet up there's another left turn that will eventually merge to where I gotta make the right into the Walmart, down a hill on a curving S, into this Walmart that's like in a hole. Freaking nightmare. So it's dark. The headlights on this truck are wretched. They're like dull, dim yellow. The only thing that's saving me is it's a 30-mile-an-hour zone, so I'm going slow as heck, pissing the hell out of everybody around me. I commence the left turn. I know in about 500 feet I have to make a right turn. As I make the left turn, I'm like, where is this going? It's over a hill, down a hill, and then the right side of me, about 25 feet over a grass median, down a hill, I see more traffic merging into me, where I have to make the right into this Walmart, which is now a complete disaster, which is not at all shown on the map. I don't know if you've ever seen traffic sticks. So instead of having cones in the middle of the road, they have these 3-foot-high construction permanent sticks to stop you from merging over or switching into the other lane. I just call them construction sticks. You can technically hit them. They're like plastic with a reflector at the top tip of them. They're usually like 3 feet apart, spaced. So they end right at the right turn into Walmart. There's traffic merging to my right. I have to make this right turn. The right turn is not negotiable. The right turn requires a far left wide swing. I am in full panic mode. It is dark. I cannot see the back of my trailer because it's just 65 feet behind me on the right in this little 6-inch convex mirror. So I just do what I can from my 3 weeks of driver's training to make this right-hand turn around these traffic sticks into the entrance of the Walmart, which is down an S-curve that does not even look negotiable at all. There's about 60 cars trying to pull out of the Walmart, taking up the other lane. So I have no choice. I'm not going straight. I don't know what's down the road straight. I've committed. I have the blinker on. I attempt to make the right turn as wide as possible because it was no longer a dual lane. There was no left lane for me to swing out into. It was a double, I think it was a double yellow line, or it might have been no line at all. It was just merging. Anyway, the 90-degree right-hand turn into the entrance of Walmart with a strange other merging lane to my right, swooping by me on the right, like an on-ramp type situation. As cars coming, I'm looking to make sure there's no cars coming. I'm trying to judge the turn. There's someone pulling out of that Walmart entrance, and that's where my truck has to go to make the turn wide enough. I cannot make the right turn with the 60 cars pulling out of Walmart, blocking that lane, and the construction sticks 2 feet off my right side. And I'm like, oh Lord, what now? I take the turn as wide as humanly possible in the truck. I scare the crap out of the person who's pulling out of that Walmart driveway as I'm now completely over on his side and swinging it as close to his front bumper to pull the back end of my trailer around into the Walmart entrance and miss the stupid traffic cone sticks. As I do this, without being able to see the right tail end of my truck, I'm just judging it. And I'm doing it. Now everyone's stopped. Traffic is stopped. They're like, oh Lord, what is this truck driver doing? This is not right. This should not be happening. He should not be making this turn. Everyone has come to a complete stop everywhere. I have now blocked off traffic in every direction as the front end of my truck has now entered the driveway entrance of the Walmart little driveway. So the lady in that car that I just passed on the left that's exiting has the look of terror on her face as I was going a good 10 miles per hour, swooping in. I clear the traffic sticks on the right. I do not run them over. However, there is a whole new problem. I have misjudged the entrance of the Walmart as the back right end of my trailer is still trying to track and follow me. So I'm about 20 feet in to the Walmart entrance, and the back end of the trailer is still about 15 feet to the right of my tractor. And it's pulling. It's still pulling over, and it's loaded. It's a good 30, 40,000 pounds. So I'm staring in the right mirror. I can finally see it in the big West Coast mirror on the top, not the little convex mirror at the bottom. And the rear right tires have now gone up onto the curb, and I'm looking and I'm like, wow, this is only going to get worse. There's no way for me to straighten out. The Walmart entrance turns to the right. I am now turned further to the right, with cars on my left, more of these weird traffic cone things separating the left and right lane entrance of the Walmart. So I'm trapped in my lane. I have no choice but to follow the curvature of the entrance, which has a 6-inch curve to the right with a sidewalk and a line of cars exiting Walmart to my left. I'm stuck in this 10-foot wide sluice. I'm watching the right back end of the trailer now up on the sidewalk. And I did slow down because I saw it just as it was going up on there, and I let it ease up on there, which just by luck I happened to be able to catch it. And it climbed up onto the sidewalk. I said, all right, it's not too bad. I'm looking, I'm like, is there anything there I'm going to hit? I can't see, it's dark. I'm assuming if there was something big like a U.S. Post Office box, a street lamp, silver, they're like gray, I would see it. I can see the red little marker light on the back of the trailer. I can see the sidewalk as it's like concrete, that grayish concrete, whitish concrete. I'm up on there and I know it's going to continue tracking because I have to make the right. There is absolutely no way to back up. There is zero backing up in this situation because it's just the way the 3 roads are connected. It is just wall-to-wall traffic. It would be you would have to get a police officer out there to negotiate the traffic first. then back me up, and there would be no turning in the reverse. It would just be straight backing up and wherever the back, not possible. I commence going forward is my only option. I go slow. As I'm turning the wheel to the right, because I'm now following the driveway entrance to the Walmart, which I quick glance forward and look, I'm like, this is not good. There's nowhere to park. There's nothing going on up here that's even remotely friendly to a truck. I'm like, where do the tractor trailers go at this Walmart to get to the back freaking loading docks? I go slow. The rear tires, the rear right tires, all of them have now gone from road to sidewalk to grass on the right side of we're talking 10 feet off the road now. Like, you see to the right here on this highway, that's what, 6 feet? 6 feet to the grass? That's where the sidewalk would be. I am in the grass on the right. Thank goodness it was fairly level grass. So the right tires are now are a good 8 feet to the right off. That's how tight this turn was. And I'm on the grass, pulling. The S-curve ends, the trailer straightens out, the wheels come back onto the sidewalk, and eventually drop back. As they come back onto the sidewalk, they are just hauling mud. It's all mud and grass and dirt, and I can see it as I'm pulling back onto the sidewalk. There's just a streak of I've just dragged everything with me. I get it back onto off the sidewalk, and now I'm trying to get into the Walmart with 60 people pulling all out at the same time at 5:30 p.m. Over my clock time limit. So there's like a curve that goes to the back of the Walmart where like the customers kind of park. It's a tiny Walmart. The width of the Walmart from the side to the rear of the Walmart is the length of my truck. That's how small this Walmart was. Because I managed to pull it into that left side of the Walmart where it kind of wraps around to an alley dock for the Walmart truck. There's an alley dock with dumpsters, and it's like an 8-point turn to back your truck into the Walmart dock there. So I pull over on the left row against the wood line where there's a row of open parking spots. Usually when you pull into a row at Walmart, you can swing your tractor and trailer right in there and then just straighten out and park against the wall. There was not enough room. That's how small this was. So I pull my truck onto the left row of all the parking spots, taking up, whatever the tractor trailer takes up, 20 spots, and it doesn't fit. The curb is in front of me. The curb is behind me. I didn't want to bring the left side of the truck now up onto the curb. And then there was trees in these curbs. I pull it in there at like a C, so I barely fit in there. Now I can calm down. I put it in park. I calm down. And I get out of the truck just to breathe, like just relax, just to, all right, you're alive. I look at the right side of the truck. There's no damage. The tires got mud on them, whatever. Everything's fine. I said, you know what? I'm going to walk to the exit of this Walmart up that driveway and see what the hell I did. If I did do any damage, take down a sign or something. I walk up there. I do have a picture somewhere. I can see clearly where I went up on the sidewalk, where I went up on the grass. I just destroyed the grass and dragged a bunch of grass and stuff up onto the sidewalk. And the nightmare part that shocked me is 2 feet further over, it was a fire hydrant, but it was like one of those newer fire hydrants that's just a 4-inch pipe coming out of the ground with a double head spigot on it. Solid gray. I just missed it by 2 feet. I didn't even know it was there. I was shocked, and I was like, thank the good Lord that I have somehow avoided that and parked the truck. So now this is all calm down. At some point, I went into Walmart and got a snack or whatever. I was gonna ask and say, "Can I park here tonight?" But I didn't want to hear the bad news. The Walmart parking lot was crowded as hell. I couldn't even get out of the Walmart if I wanted to. What I wanted to really do was wait till 4 a.m. when everything was cleared out and get the hell out of there when there was no cars. Because then I could possibly negotiate the exit, possibly negotiate the parking lot. So that was my plan. I said, I'm not even going to ask if I can park here tonight because I don't want to hear the bad news. The answer is, possibly no. It is a really small Walmart. I couldn't believe this. So now I'm in sleeper mode. I'm on 10-hour break, hoping I don't get in trouble. I shut down the truck, I close up the blinds, and I go to sleep. So that was 7 p.m. Midnight rolls around. Almost on cue at midnight, a white pickup truck appears in front of my truck with the high beams on, shining them in my truck, honking the horn, and then the rat-a-tat-tat, big bang on the door. I jump up, immediately go back into, because I think I'm having nightmares about what just happened. I jump up, I'm in panic mode. I throw open the blinds and look, and there's some fat fucking kid with a cigar in his mouth. He's like giving the heave-ho motion with his hand. He's like, "You gotta go." And I'm like, son of a, yes sir, no problem. I'll leave immediately. I'm in my boxer shorts and a tank top. And I'm like, okay, what the hell am I gonna do now? So I throw my tennis sneakers on. He's sitting out there in his truck with the high beam still on at my truck like he's God. Friggin'. So when I get out of the truck to assess the situation of leaving the parking lot, which I'm like, how the hell am I going to get out of here? I do see that all the cars have left. Now we're down to 45 miles an hour. This is one hell of a hill. So I'm like, do I have to do a pre-trip? I'm like walking around the truck, making sure the lock on it, because it was a bad Walmart. It was a bad part of town. There's the padlock on my truck still there. I'm doing I'm trying to buy myself some time, do a pre-trip inspection. He sees me walking around and leaves, but he doesn't leave. He takes his truck and he just goes to the other side of the Walmart and continues to point it at me from about 500 feet away. Way back on the right front of the Walmart in the parking lot. So I'm looking how I'm going to get the hell out of this Walmart. And I'm like, I can't move the truck. I'm still on 10-hour sleep break. I've already violated the rules. I guess I have no choice. I finally make the turnaround with the alley dock there at the Walmart. Thank God there's no cars. The Walmart's closed. I begin to pull out. And I remember when I had gotten off the ramp from the highway, I did see an abandoned furniture store, what I thought was an abandoned furniture manufacturing store, which it wasn't abandoned. It was just an empty parking lot at the time because it was closed. And I said, I'm just going to drive the half mile up. I'm going to park there for the rest of the night, get the hell out of Nashville in the morning, first daybreak. I get in the truck, I negotiate the K-turn, U-turn. I do extremely wide turns, and I just make it out of the parking lot, which is the way that the tractor trailers must come in at like 4 a.m. because there's no way they're getting in there in the middle of the day. So, what does this truck say? Paragon free. So anyway, I pull out, I make the left, I make the right, I'm going back down the straightaway where I almost hit the homeless guy. I see the furniture store manufacturing place. It's a weird, horrendous angle to get in there, but I have nowhere else to go. I have to make a left and go up about a 10-foot embankment, which is paved, but it's too steep for the truck. It's not too steep because I make it in there. I do not know anything about landing gear clearance. I go up, the landing gear smacks the ground, and there is a disconnected, I don't know if it's a phone wire, electrical wire, something at the entranceway that is below 13 feet, and it catches on the front of the truck, the hood, the roof scoop, the aerodynamic thing above my head where I'm sitting right now. So the landing gear hits this wire that I had no idea was there. It's pitch black out. Hits the roof and gets caught, and kind of like bungee cord snaps off the top of the roof. And all I hear is kaboom, pow! And I'm like, the fuck was that? So now it was in the middle of making a left turn in the middle of the street. Thank God it's midnight and it's fairly dead. There's one car every minute going by compared to dead stop traffic. I get in there, I park, and I get out to see what the hell went wrong, what that was. I see the scrape marks from the landing gear. I see the pole is still moving from whatever there's just a wire. It was a wire from an old connection from like 30 years ago that was just sitting up there. It was still up there. It bounced off the roof. No damage. No damage to the landing gear. I didn't get hooked up, thank God. So here we are now, whatever, 12:30 a.m., 1 a.m. Once again, I go to sleep. And I'm just like, set the alarm for sunrise, a half hour before sunrise, to get the hell out of Nashville. Now I'm, so close to the interstate. All I gotta do is make a left out of this manufacturing furniture place, make a right onto the on-ramp, get on the highway, and get the hell out of here. And my 10-hour clock will be reset, but that was a whole other story. It's all effed up. It didn't reset. It did not reset. It just keeps going back to 10 hours every time I move the truck. 6 a.m. approaches. It is still dark out. Once again, here we go. Bang, bang, bang on the door. I am like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I open the blinds, I look out, there's a guy in his 1972 Rutabaga yelling at the truck, and he's like, hey, get up, you gotta go. You gotta go. This is private parking. This is no trespassing, no parking here. I'm like, no problem, sir. Because I am so shot at this point. I don't even want to talk. I don't give a shit. I don't care about anything. Call the cops. Call the fucking cops. Bring the cops here. I don't care. I fucking quit. I'll leave the fucking truck right here. I look past his Rutabaga. He's looking up at the truck, yelling at the window. And I notice there's another truck there that had snuck in the middle of the night. So I'm calm. At least there's another trucker here with me. And what is this guy doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You just cut right in front of me like that? And then slow down? What the fuck? Yeah, you're not getting off that exit, buddy. There's fucking cones the whole way. So, I'm like, well, you know what? It's 6 a.m. I gotta leave anyway. Whatever. So I'm gonna get in the truck now and leave. And turns out the furniture manufacturing place is fully active. It's got a bunch of cars now starting to pull in. I start driving. Every mile, the electronic supervisor here, my tablet, is setting off an alarm going, violation, you are driving, violation, you are driving. So I had to go about 20 miles down the road to a rest stop area and finally parked. And it still said I needed 10 hours break. So I ended up calling the office, seeing what the hell's going on, and they yelled at me and they said, oh yeah, you gotta do all this bullshit. You gotta stay off the clock for 10 hours. So that's what I did, and that is my horrific Nashville story, and being a new truck driver and running into these nightmares. Yeah, and this area between Chattanooga and Nashville on I-24 is really beautiful. It's spring. We got a little waterfall there to the left we just passed. Got some purple trees. Crazy drivers coming down the mountain. 50 miles an hour. Anyway, that's my story. Hope you liked it. And now I know that you can actually drive after 14 hours if you have to. It's one heck of a hill we got going on here, people. Alright, SDs, come on. 5% grade. We're pretty high up. We gotta be about 1,000 feet from the valley floor. Pumping 2,000 on the RPM scale. Got the Jake brake on. See if we can make it down here safely and legally the Schneider way. Like I said before, we're not even at 80,000. We're at, I guess we're about 15 short, so we're probably at like 65,000. So the truck's able to handle it very well. 35 miles an hour. Give the Estes double trailer a little room there. Otherwise, I'm going to smoke my brakes because it keeps making me step on the brakes. But yeah, we're in low mode of the automatic Jake brake, which is low, medium, high. And we got a little brake right here of level ground, so bring it up a little bit. Actually feels as if we may be even going uphill a little bit right now, so I guess that's the end of it. That was an exciting little morning. And the clocks have just changed over. Should be 9 o'clock. It's now 8 a.m. again. Totally messes with my schedule. Talk to you guys later.